The ability to process and interpret everything around you, as well as things that don't actually exist only in your mind, is consciousness. It's long been completely unknown how consciousness actually works, though. However, there are a couple theories that have become accepted among scientists as at least a baseline of how consciousness actually works. One of these is the integrated information theory.
This theory explains that many different physical systems have the capability of consciousness and predicts whether it's conscious, to what degree it's conscious, and what it happens to be experiencing on a general level using complex mathematical models. The integrated information theory is a multifaceted consciousness theory divided into axioms and postulates. Axioms describe the general characteristics of every experience, while postulates describe the features a physical system of things has to have to be conscious, and both are divided into these 5 categories. Now, let's get moving on to actually identifying what these axioms and postulates are for each category, the first of which is intrinsic experience. The axiom of this category is that the experience actually objectively exists, and the consciousness can independently perceive it. The postulate is that there has to be an ability for the physical system to make cause-effect thoughts about itself. Composition simply refers to the fact that consciousness, and therefore every experience, has a hierarchical structure. You can see blue, you can see a blue book on the left, and so on. The information axiom states that each experience is different from others and just is the way it is. Its postulate is that consciousness has to be able to differentiate experiences from each other. Integration states that consciousness has to be irreducible to smaller parts, and that experiences have to do the same. You can't see just blue or just a book, you see the blue book. Finally, exclusion holds that consciousness and experiences are separate from each other and distinguishable from each other. Our perception can't see things faster or slower than they objectively are. This is why we can't sense or use other people's, or even animals' consciousness.
The largest benefit that this theory brings to understanding consciousness as a whole is that we'll be able to, once finished, to calculate the consciousness value of anything mathematically, especially people in sleep or comas. However, this theory does have some major drawbacks, such as the fact that its axioms are self-evident, so they can't be proved scientifically. I hope that this video gave you some great insights. I encourage you to research this theory as well as other theories of consciousness following this video.